Hello everyone, I'm Duke James. This is Hungary 3.0. Alright, change of plans. I was going to attack Karaman with this CB, but the Show Superiority CB does not have Conquest of Provinces, which I forgot, but then I remembered. So instead of attacking Karaman, I'm going to attack Bulgaria, and Rome is guaranteeing them. So I'll do it that way. So they can go there. And try to dispose of Rome as soon as possible. Try not to make it hurt. I think Bulgaria will just give me that in the peace deal. So I don't have to separate peace Rome. I just have to conquer enough of Bulgaria to make them want to peace out. Which should not take long. It's actually only at 9%. Let's go grab that province. You come down there. I went ahead and I removed my infrastructure spending, because over time I've accumulated debts in provinces to fund infrastructure, but I think the best way to do that is just not fund infrastructure at all. And if stuff decays, it's alright, because I think I'm spending a lot of money on infrastructure that's not really paying off in any way, shape, or form. Because I'm pretty sure this tax is... oh no, this is monthly. So, like, for example, this province pays me 7 ducats a year, but I've been paying, like, 20 ducats into infrastructure. Which you'd think, as time goes on, you'd get more. I'm paying 16 ducats, and it's paying me 8 ducats. So you'd think as time goes on, you'd get benefit from that infrastructure, but I don't think I'm really getting much of a benefit at all, really. So I'm just spending a lot of money on infrastructure that's not really paying off, so I'll see how much that 151 drops. Alright, I just want Rome's province. And Rome hates me. Had to be done, Rome. I'm sorry. Let's go... let's send all those guys to Kiev. So now the healing can begin. Maybe I just won't ally them again. They're kind of worthless as an ally. They don't really do much. I think I won't ally them, and I'll just attack Karaman, which will call them back in. They would almost not join. I went ahead and increased my admin to 15. I put them all at 15. I've got enough monarch points while I'm waiting for global trade to show up in Pest, which will show up in 2 years. Wondering though, because if I attack Caramon, I'd peace out Rome. Don't really want to siege down Constantinople. I probably don't make as much money as well because I do cut down taxes. But I like the stability points, so whatever I do, whatever I lose is probably worthwhile. Looks like rum expenses dropped by about 20-ish ducats. I also think next time there's a couple of noble privileges. I have to play a couple games to figure out what the pretty much what the order for revoking stuff should be. I think it's definitely getting rid of this one. And this one is something that you want to get rid of quickly, because that'll reduce noble power shift speed, loyalty shift speed, noble gravity, and decrease aristocratic influence. So that's something that you definitely want to get rid of. Probably the other corruption ones. And then probably freeing peasants. Stuff to do with peasant welfare is nice. I think there's a couple of those that really don't matter, like some income from game industries and forest industries goes to the nobles, which is like, okay. I don't really make a whole lot from that anyway, so... Although I might not make a lot because it goes to the nobles, but I don't think it's a lot to begin with anyway. Alright, I'm probably not going to attack Caramon. I'm probably not going to ally with Rome again. Though I will improve relations with them. Interestingly, I noticed Nuremberg has 2 provinces, so 16 development, but they have 27k stack here, so how did that happen? But, you know, I look in the log, and they actually have 56,000 troops, with 29,000 manpower. Force limit 61. They make 63 ducats. They make 61 ducats from tax. These 2 provinces, they make 30 ducats from tax. They must be paying a ton for prices and power, mana. Because there's 102,000 people there. And there's 107,000 people here. Their natural change is negative 1.1. They are taxing the heck out of their people. And yet there's people migrating to that province. They're migrating to the provinces. Which is interesting because migration between countries shouldn't exist. So I'm not sure where those people are migrating from. That's weird. But we can embrace global trade for 3,386 ducats. So I'm going to go ahead and embrace that. We get a merchant, we get trade power abroad plus 20%, trade range plus 25%, and we can get a whole bunch of admin techs. 89 admin power to get that tech. 102, 114, 126, 139, 151, 164, 176, 178, 179. We're ahead of tech. We're ahead of time, apparently. Oh, but our neighbor bonus is still negative 55%. That's, that doesn't seem correct. I think if I went ahead like a day, I'd probably get rid of that neighbor bonus. But we have the neighbor bonus right now, so I'll go ahead and take the next tech, sure. There we go, now I got rid of it. Take the next dip tech, the next dip tech. I'll hold up on that. The next mill tech, the next mill tech, the next mill tech. And I'll hold off on that one as well. We are now on par with tech. We got all of these techs. I can't even fit them all on the screen. That's what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 techs. We got a group of ideas. We got yearly corruption, negative 0.02. We got stability cost interval, negative 1%. We got rural goods produced, plus 5%. Max centralization, plus 5. Maximum resource size, plus 2. Naval force limit modifier, plus 5%. Production efficiency, plus 1%. Combat width increased by 2. All that other stuff. 2 deckers, trade efficiency increased, settler growth. We have no settlers. Some land morale, infantry fire, cav fire, stability cost interval, negative 1%, another 5 max centralization, another maximum resource size plus 2, production efficiency increased by 1%. Some military stuff, another group of ideas, stability cost interval, negative 1%, some admin efficiency, max resource size again, and another yearly corruption, negative 0.02. That was a lot right there. I'm gonna go ahead and these 2 provinces, in the spirit of Nuremberg, I'm going to tax those provinces. So I select all provinces, select individually, play a day, deselect these provinces, go delegate tax code, and I do selected provinces, delegate taxes. Alright, the burghers are rich in this province. How much money do they have? The burghers have 9,300 ducats, and they make, depending on what their property income is, a lot. So I'm going to do tollage high. Put tollage to high. I'm going to put property tax on medium. If I can find it. I want to see if I can get this up to 30. Timber. I don't think there's much timber in this province. There's practically no timber. I'll put it on low. I'm going to put the substances excise on medium. I'm going to put rent dues on medium. I'm going to put salt excise on medium. Pretty much all of them on medium. I'll just see where this is. I'm not going to aim for 30. Chattels tax, it's a wealth tax based on the value of the assets. What are the peasants doing? The peasants don't have much. Residents are pretty rich. Residents also, I think, run a deficit. We'll do medium chattels tax. Charter fees, cost based on burgher wealth. I'll do medium. Alcohol excise, I'll do low, because I think that affects the residents and peasants more than anybody else. We have citizen service and volunteers on low. I'm going to change that to medium for both of those. I'm going to set the inheritance tax to low. And the poll tax to low. This one is nomads. We don't have any nomads in this province, so it's kind of worthless. I'll do... I think I'll set everything to low in this province. I will say, I don't really like this screen. No, I don't want to destroy anything. The screen's kind of a little bit unwieldy, just because the stuff moves. So it's like, for some it's up here, and some it's down here. I think if it was like, it'd be better if it was like this, where it was like the icon over here, and then you could pick over here. I think that'd be a little bit better. Set all this stuff to low. What else do we need? Inheritance tax is the last one, and then we'll see how much money we make from these two provinces, and how much it costs in terms of power, because our power is 15. I think those mostly affect... Actually, those affect all of them, because there's a couple of citizen service and stuff that I did that would affect military. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and do that. I'll set those to medium. Now, hopefully it doesn't erase that. It shouldn't, because I only have it delegating taxes to selected provinces, and those are unselected. Let's see, we make 8.84 in that province right now, and 4.93 in this province. So I expect at least double, if not more. If it's less than double, I'd be disappointed. I can't see how it would be less than double. Well, it doubled our admin power spend. So, okay, we're spending... Normally it does... If I delegate it, then it'll do land tax and property tax, so... Looks like it is doing rent dues, 2 admin to rent dues, 2 admin to chattels tax, half an admin to inheritance tax, a third to poll tax, 1.5 admin to tollage, 0.6 to salt excise, 0.15 to timber excise because there's not really that much timber, half a admin to substances excise, and 0.7 to alcohol excise. So we should make the most money from chattels tax, rent dues, and tollage then. Alright, 11 ducats, 12 ducats. Really? It's not that much. It doubled in this province. It didn't double in this province. And this province actually puts some stuff on medium, too. That's, it's pretty disappointing. Let's see, if I set this to charter fees to high in this province, that's a tax on the burgher wealth, and the burghers have close to 10,000 ducats, so tollage is high already. For doubling the admin cost, it's not a lot. But we are positive, though. Now, we're actually positive. Taxation went to 147. I guess that's a lot because that's monthly. So yeah, that would work out to be a lot of money. But I thought this would at least double. The peasant tax rate is actually only 23%. Actually, not that much. Burger tax rate is 9%. I don't know if that doesn't include stuff like death taxes. Probably not. I would only do that in provinces that have low autonomy, which is most of these provinces. There's a couple other cities around here, like this province and this province, that I've built up that I'll probably take a look at and start doing some taxes in those, and then probably these provinces I could do some taxes on certain stuff. Like an alcohol excise tax, because these are breadbasket provinces that produce food mostly. And this alcohol excise taxes food, so I'll probably do that. Alright, I went ahead and I changed the taxes in Belgrade, because that's a pretty big province as well. In addition to these two, that's right by my capital. And then Banat, I did a couple. I did salt and alcohol excise, and a small, tiny timber excise, because their timber industry, I think, is not very profitable, but their farming industry is. And then there's a couple of provinces over here, like these and this one. These four are provinces that produce food and are profitable. These other two don't have profitable food industries, so in these provinces I just put medium alcohol excises. So I'll see what those do. We make a 4.32 in Belgrade, 1 in this province, 2 in that province, 2 over there, and half a ducat in that province. I didn't do these provinces because the people in those provinces, kind of like the burghers, kind of poor, so I imagine my admin's gonna go up. My admin costs probably go up to like 50. I'll probably play around with this a little bit more to get rid of stuff that probably doesn't make sense. And then it doesn't give me a whole lot of a benefit. Okay, that's not bad. It only increased by about 7. But it also increased the dip power as well. I think my max is around 25 that I want to spend. 25-ish. Okay, so we make a ducat from Belgrade. Okay, that's interesting. Thought it might have been because the commerce industry went wonky, but they're actually making 700 ducats from the commerce industry, and yet this taxation decreased. That was weird. Looks like it didn't really increase in these provinces at all. It actually decreased. Alright, now that widespread tax relief is gone, I'll actually see. I'm not going to give that back. I will provide grain, though. Alright, I'm going to end this part here, and then pick it up in the next part. Probably play around for a little bit, and then go from there. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.